This one here is a hazel tree, formerly one of the most abundant trees in Britain. Hazel as a tree is particularly associated with slightly wet and boggy ground, and that's one of the reasons why superstitious water diviners think that the wood of the hazel tree is particularly good for locating water. So when you see idiots holding a branched twig, wandering around waving it and trying to look for water, it's usually hazel wood that they're using. Hazel has a couple of very important uses. In prehistoric times it was a staple food for people. Hazelnuts were commonly eaten or turned into flour and baked. We don't see hazelnuts that much on bushes, and especially not in urban bushes anymore, because the squirrels tend to get them too quickly. But out in the countryside you can still gather hazelnuts in some places. The main use of hazel though, and the reason why it's so important, is in building. And it's really the stems of about this size that are the most important ones for building. It grows in ancient woodlands underneath the canopy of the taller trees. The useful thing about hazel is that if you cut down these branches, then within about 15 years it will shoot up again and produce these wonderful long straight stems of very hard, predictable wood. And this was used to make wattle. And wattle is the lattice work of wattle and daub buildings. So they'd make the frame of the building out of oak, then they'd use these hazel rods to make a lattice work between the frame, and then they'd put the daub, which is the clay material, on top of the hazel. So underneath every old black and white building is a load of hazel wood holding it together. The leaves are very soft and furry to the touch, they're round, and if you look along the twigs and the petioles, the bases of the leaves, you can see these little globular, slightly orange hairs. Apparently as well, if you rub hazel leaves around the inside of a bowl, it'll stop milk turning sour. Never tried it.